Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you for stopping in. Today we have a knife to unbox coming in from Ketuo Knives, and I am really excited about this one. Thank you to Ketuo for sending this in for all of us to take a look at. If you like knife and EDC content, you are in the right spot. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I release daily videos, and hit that thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people, and let us know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. Love seeing what you have for your EDC. So we have very nice packaging as always, and Ketuo is going to be bringing the heat on this one, I feel. This is called the Ketuo Yakuza, and the designer is Felix, I might butcher this, Danishwara. I tried. So we have the Ketuo Yakuza here, and wait till we get a look at this blade. Let's talk about the handle though here real quickly. We have copper infused carbon fiber for our onlay here, and that is some mighty fine looking stuff. We have a full titanium body here. The non-tooled side, which is the show side of the pivot here, looks really cool, really unique. And then we have a full length titanium backspacer. We have some gearing here, and then a lanyard hole is incorporated into that backspacer. We have a filler tab here, which means this is going to also be able to be carried left-handed. So we got right and left-hand carry. Very clean. We are looking at a bolster lock here, and we have a mini fuller, cutout, thumb ramp, and front flipper combo here. And the thumb flip works mighty well. Now let's take a look at this blade. We have a dull ground drop point blade. I mean, this thing is nasty looking. Look at the swedge that rolls and then stops right before it gets to the tip, and that maintains a nice thick pokey tip there. So that's going to be very robust out there. Looks like we're looking at a hollow into a flat here. We'll check this edge here in a moment and see what we are getting with it. We have some jimping up top here, and our sharpening choil looks pretty good. Looks pretty good there. And then this area, yeah, you'll be able to choke right up behind that edge if you need a little bit more control over this knife, over that blade. And because of that area, that'll allow you to choke up here and use this tip if need be, or if you really need some control over the secondary edge here, you could use that for a variety of tasks, whether it's chiseling, scraping. You can use it for cutting as well. It's got a nice belly there. If you know how to use a blade, a given blade, you can get a lot out of it depending on what you do. That's why I'm a big fan of a dull ground, low clip point blade, because you have a nice straight edge similar to this, just not quite as pokey, but you know, you have a nice straight edge, usually hollow ground. Then you have a secondary edge that can be used for a variety of tasks, and then you still have your pokey tip for, you know, more detailed oriented cuts or precision type cuts. Let's go ahead and get a measurement on this thing and see what kind of size we are looking at. So total blade length is going to be 3 1/4 there, cutting edge, and then 3 1/2 for total blade, and we'll give it 7 3/4 overall. We'll go ahead and bring out a few comparison knives here. We got the Civivi Elementum up top and the QSP Penguin here on the bottom, and it's going to be quite a bit larger than both of those and a lot more robust in the blade and handle. And here we got the Para 3 and the Paramilitary 2 here on the bottom. It's going to fall right in line, right in between both of those. It's a little bit larger than the Para 3 and going to be a little bit smaller than the PM2, but here again, a much more robust handle and blade. And two more, we got the RSK from Hogue and Doug Ritter and the 80-20.5. It's going to be very close in length to the 80-20.5 and just a little bit shorter than the Douglas, Hogue, and Ritter there. This thing is a good size. It's going to be about the length of the 80-20.5 with the robustness of the Ritter Hogue here, and the blade is going to be much more robust than both of these. So as far as our weight is concerned, this is going to be a hefty bugger here. We're looking at a full titanium frame. We got some overlays here, fairly robust blade. Whew, I don't know. 3.5. This is easily 4.5. 4.75, yeah. I've been off my game a little bit, so we're getting close. We're getting recalibrated. As far as what this thing will look like in the pocket here, we'll get our Issuing Stitches Hank out, slide it in there, and see what we're looking at. And we'll take a closer look here. You can see it's going to carry very nice. It's going to look very clean in the pocket. You will have a little bit poking out though. That is the nature of a milled clip. You want this clean look like this. This is typically what you're going to get, and I don't mind that whatsoever. It gives me a nice place to grab a hold of my knife while it's in my pocket, grab a hold of it, have a sure grip on it, and pull that thing out. Great retention on that pocket clip there as well. So let's go ahead and we'll see what kind of edge we have on this thing. Ooh. Yeah. Check that second edge. Ooh. They made that too easy. That thing is wicked sharp. Woo. And the transition, yeah. That'll be easy even to transition if you need to. I don't know how much cutting you'll be doing like that, but even if you need to transition into either side, it should be a fairly smooth transition. That has a fantastic edge on it. We haven't done this in a while, but I want to see how it cuts this cardboard here. We'll go with the grain here. Oh man. This thing is wicked sharp. Go against it here. And I'm just doing the minimal amount here. Wow. Even that secondary edge just wants to bite right in. Shoo-wee. Very nice. So let's take a little closer look at this thing, and we can see here we kind of have their, at this point, I think this is kind of a standard finish for them. It's kind of a mirrored blasted finish. It's a good looking finish, and just based on the Mecha X, it seems to hold up very well under early usage, only having that knife for a month or two. But look at that. Look at that lock bar there. That is a healthy looking lock bar. We have a chamfer on the lock bar. I'm not going to say that this has, you know, crazy good access or anything, but the way that it's set up, I haven't had any issues. I'm just now really looking at that. There isn't a ton of access there, but it hasn't given me a problem yet. I didn't even notice that. But you can come in from the side. You can come in from the face. So some people won't like that. Other people won't care. But I haven't had a single issue with it since we got it out of the box. Look at that closing action. Is buttery smooth. Nice and controlled. That is exactly what we want to see right there. The reverse flick is money. You can even use those ramps as well. I'm using that ramp right there, and you can almost use the ramp and the cutout at the same time. And then the thumb flick is going to be money. Lefties are going to have a lot easier time manipulating this as well, because it is a bolster lock, so you have less to deal with over here. And then we have that front flipper as well, which it's going to work. It works pretty good. The detent is nice on this knife. every front flipper is a little different. Some people will completely ignore that, and others will love it. So all depends on who you are. But yeah, that, you know, off the cutout and off them ramps, this is very nice. Very nice off those ramps. Let's go ahead and we'll check the edge, or we'll check the lock, I'm sorry. We are centered up here very nicely. Nice tight tolerances. This thing is clean as hell looking. Very nice. There's no... there might be a little bit of movement in there, but nothing extravagant. It's holding, and then it wants to pop there. So not bad. Very minimal lashing of the detent, which has not... that's not causing any issues, and it's not moving much. There's a little tiny bit of play. I don't even know if I'd call that detent lash. There's no pivot lash, and on a soft open here, we are looking at about 40% on a soft open. On a full open, we are staying strong right there at 40%. So we are going to introduce the Yakuza to the spine whacker here. We are going to make sure this lock is going to not just slip off the tang. Couple of lighter taps, we'll close it, reopen it, check it. No movement whatsoever. This thing is locked up nicely. And if I didn't mention it, I will have links to this knife down in the description of the channel. And those links do help out the channel, but is entirely up to you if you want to use them. But one thing I can say is I highly recommend going over to the Ketuo and Reich websites. They have some of the coolest, cleanest folding pocket knives on the entire planet. They have some of the coolest, craziest stuff on the entire planet, and it is extremely well made. I mean, just, you know, very precise. You can tell they are a very detail-oriented company, and it just shows in their designs. They really have some different stuff. And for the people always complaining that everything looks like you know, you always have them people that complain everything looks like something, right? Well, you can't really say that a whole lot about Ketuo and Reich. They have their own designs, and there's not a whole lot that looks like a lot of the stuff I've seen that comes from Ketuo. I am, at this point, a pretty big fan of what they are doing. They're really different, and it's something that's something I enjoy, is when a company can stand on their own ground, be different, make high quality stuff using high quality materials, and then still put it out at a reasonable price. I love that Ketuo is doing that. So they are doing some great work over there. I hope they keep it up. You'll have to let me know what you think of Ketuo, and let me know if you've ever picked anything up from Ketuo. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on them, and let me know what you think of the new Yakuza here. This thing is pretty damn sweet. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I always appreciate that, everyone. If you're new to the channel here, I release daily knife and EDC content just like this. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Ring that little bell. That'll notify you anytime I release new content, even when I go live, which I do every Saturday and every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Anyone and everyone is welcome. I'd love to see you over there. I will put up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out for me. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.